Sheesh. Ultra rising, ultra rising. Ultra rising, family. Welcome to the sanctuary. Welcome to the sanctuary, man. Welcome to the sanctuary. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All I ask is that as you continue to come in, that you like the screen, that you share if you can, you know, give and receive where and when possible. Yeah, Ultra Rising, y'all. Listen, Ultra Rising, happy Mars Day. You feel what I'm saying? Happy Mars Day to you, man. Happy Mars Day. It's time to this was a beautiful, actually, you guys was in alignment by choosing this lecture right here. This was a beautiful, beautiful lecture to bring through on a Tuesday, right? On a Mars Day. Like, this was absolutely beautiful. Before we get started, guys, let me introduce myself in case you don't know me, in case you just got here. You feel what I'm saying? I am. You feel what I'm saying? I am. Soul Ra El Justice, a.k.a. Lord Hika Soul Ra, a.k.a. the Black Butterfly. You feel me? You already know who I am. You know what I'm saying? You can call me Black Butterfly or any of those names. It's just up to you. You can call me Hika. That's my actual name is Hika. Alright, hold on. Let me, while we wait for some people to get up in here, y'all, this is how I usually roll. I usually don't start the lecture until I get 3K likes. So once I get 3K likes up in here, we can actually really get onto the lecture. If you gotta go, right? If you gotta go, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is right here, right? You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can watch the replays over there. The replays, you know, they be over there uploaded. Also, here's my Cash App, which is $divinemoira. And all investments, you know what I'm saying, are appreciated. You feel me? Every time like you invest, just think of it as you investing in yourself. That's literally what it is, guys. I'm nothing but a higher version reflection of you. Like, I'm a manifestation of your spiritual bank account, like your abundance. It's just you can see it in form. And so you give, you know what I'm saying? The law of giving and receiving. Matter of fact, while we wait for people to get in here, thank you for those who joined. While we wait for people to get in here, let me just freshen up. You know what I'm saying? Let me just freshen things up. So I got a book that I wrote. I think I deleted. What am I talking about? I think I released this book. I can't remember, right? But it probably was about last year, maybe last January 2023. And this book, this right here, right? I recently had to remind myself. I be having to use it all the time, every day. Right? And you can get the PDF version of this book, or you can get the physical copy of this book. But this not even about that. You know, this not even about me trying to sell it. I'm really just got good news for you to share. Before we get started, while we wait, listen, we got 5 people in here right now, right? More people will come if you like the screen, right? So we need to get at least 3K likes for me to even start the lecture. Until then, I'm just going to basically, we're going to get acquainted. Tell me where y'all from. Tell me where y'all from in the comments while I introduce you to this masterpiece. So this is my 3rd book I wrote. And the name of the book is called Get in the Game 2, a multidimensional perspective. The metaphysical universal law book of divine justice, right? This book is gold, right? What it is a self-help book with 99 universal laws in it that are not on the internet. You can't Google these concepts. You can't Google the exercises, the practices. Actual high-level intergalactic consciousness helped me to create this project, okay? It's literally a star in the book. It's literally a spirit guide in the book. And so you're going to always need it, right? And today, we're going to just go through it like an oracle. And we're going to just read a couple of universal laws that we most need as a collective right now in order to help us to further receive the channeling of this lecture, but also just to help somebody in the audience that may need this lecture, that may need guidance, that may need confirmation even, because most of y'all already know, right? You're so intelligent, you're so powerful, you just already know. Just in case somebody could be having inner conflict going on, you're right. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, put an I, right? Put an I emoji in the comments, or some type of confirmation, some type of interaction, letting me know that y'all hear me. All right? Before we go any further, that's what's needed. And get us up to 3K likes. You feel what I'm saying? Let me share this live to some people that are my peoples. Let me share. You know, because this is a beautiful live. I know people be having jobs and stuff, but, you know. I know people be having jobs. I'm well hip to that. Let me share the live with some people. Get some people to come through. Alright. Let me light my candle. Yeah, I shared the live. Ashe. Just solidifying the intentions that I already spoke before I came on screen. Ashe, y'all. We got the fire flame up in here. Let's get it. Thank you, Roo. Thank you, Roo. Alright, y'all. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. So can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Because I don't see that nobody comment if they can hear me or not. If you watch it from behind, you might as well join, because I'm telling you, this about to be that fire. The title of it is Rare Lunar Standstill Will Illuminate Stonehenge This Week. So it's a channel lecture that I'm going to be channeling Untapped Akasha, which is unheard, untalked about, unspoken about, and it's literally just to activate you further in your spiritual evolution. That's how if you want to know how can you use anything that I share today for your greater good, use the wisdom that I share, right? But also allow the emission, allow the transmission to activate you. Allow, receive. Just open yourself to receive, and whatever comes through, comes through. It may take some time for you to even process what I'm going to say. You feel what I'm saying? It may take some time, but you know, it takes time. The thing about patience is it takes time. So, channel Untapped Akasha. And I just had something come through, but I forgot it. I hope it come back. I love the subject of the Akashic Records. Ashe, let's get it. I like your name. I like your name. Ru I Am. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful name. So guys, we're going to be tapping into this rare occurrence, right? This lunar standstill. And we're going to really go, we're going to read on the surface, but we're going to really go in depth too. Y'all already know how my lectures go. We go hard in the paint, you feel me? And we're going to explore. We're going to just explore the consciousness. So while we wait to get 3K likes up there, let's get it. See, we got more people in now. We got 10 people in now. We got 1K likes. We get 3K likes, I can start the lecture. And you, man, I'm trying to tell you, I go hard. I go hard in the paint. Until we get there, this book, though, guys, we're going to read three universal laws that can best serve us in our own lives individually and collectively right now, okay? This is the greatest book I've ever created. When I say this book, thus far, right? When I say this book is a best-selling, I still use it all the time. I'm still, it's literally like guidance in a book, though, literally. So let's go through a few pages. I'm going to just flip through it like this. The title is at my website, though, y'all. But the title is Get in the Game 2, A Multidimensional Perspective, the Metaphysical Universal Law Book of Divine Justice, right? So let's just tap into a little bit real quick, right? Oh, yeah, we about to really get in. This lecture about to be so fire, man. So fire, man. Really. Let me write this down. Hold on. I gotta download, right? I gotta download. Alright. Ultra rising, ultra rising. All right, so the first one, guys, the first universal law that I'm gonna read to you out my book is the metaphysical universal law of reflection. The metaphysical universal law of reflection states that we live in a mirror universe or reality, and that everything and everyone or situation is a mere reflection of what's within their own heart space. It states that if you want the outerverse to alter, you have to change the innerverse first. The physical realities are mirror projections of the source spiritual multiverse aspects and super quantum positions. Okay, y'all, so basically we are super we are in super quantum positions right now, and so this just helps you to realize like the reflection of everything within you, and that's pretty cool. So that was beautiful. Let's read two more. Maybe somebody needed to see that, right? Here's another one. The metaphysical universal law of opulence, right? The metaphysical universal law of opulence states that there is an abundant supply to every need, as long as nothing is put in the way of it arriving as it comes to you. It states that the universal consciousness gives unto who knows they are deserving. The law of opulence says that all is abundant in its natural state, and that every person has the potential to access, generate, maintain wealth in such illusions. So this means nobody out there should be saying they don't have no money. Like, that's impossible. You literally are a part of a source. But you literally are the source of every illusion here. You create everything here. Yes, you co-create it with other dimensional aspects of yourselves, but the whole point is you got the power and you got the authority. I'm going to keep on reminding you guys how powerful you are, how strong you are. You feel what I'm saying? If you want this book, I think it's on sale right now for $14. This book is everything, but it's at the link in my bio. You can click the link in my bio and you can order the book right now. It's literally on sale. But this drink will help you. It reminds you, like the other day I had to look in it. I was like, something I'm not seeing, because sometimes I don't see stuff, like, because it wouldn't be fair for me to just see everything. I could see everything, but when it comes to my own, it's like, that's the thing about my powers, right? My powers, I can help anybody manifest anything, literally overnight, because of the access that I have and the awareness of the simulation. But when it comes to me, myself, I have to actually put in the hard work. I have to actually go through the process. Like, I don't get like freaking shortcuts when it comes to manifestation or when it comes to all my stuff, but I give other people shortcuts. Like, I'm the loophole to you, but to myself, I got to do the same process. So that's what you call a catch-22. Once you start figuring out your powers, once you start learning yourself and who you really are in the reality, then you can learn actually you learn that you're the source, but then you learn that what power sources through you, right? What source energy or what power you source through yourself. Once you find that out, you identify how it operates. Once you identify how it operates, this allows you to navigate, right, through the freaking soul map, right, through the life, right, you know what I'm saying, through the directions or through the angel numbers, which are just directions and angles of light. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what a synchronicity is about. It's all about direction and you navigating through life. Like, my very first book I have is called Get in the Game 1, the guide to navigating life with ease. You know what I'm saying? And it's really a book of checkpoints for those on a spiritual journey, to just show them, like, some people need checkpoints. Like, when you're setting goals, thank you for the follows, by the way, guys. When you're setting goals, right, you could set a goal to be a freaking millionaire, right? And let's say that you're meant to be a millionaire. Also, if you want to donate, guys, the Cash App is right here. I'm going to tell you this, right? When you invest in me, is you investing in yourself. But anything is appreciated. $1, $2, $3, because this allows me the freedom to come on here more. This allows me to have the freedom to tap in even more. This supports the mission. This supports the mission. And it's all about giving and receiving. You know, it's not about me just giving without no interaction. And you could give more than just money. You could share, you could like. You feel what I'm saying? It don't have to be just finances. It could be word of mouth. That's one of the most powerful ways of giving ever, is word of mouth. I promise. Because when you share that word through your mouth, through your tongue, through your tongue, which brings life and existence. That's how you I'm not just asking for finance. If you got finances, cool. If you don't, I want your tongue. Like, no funny stuff, right? No funny stuff. But that tongue is power. And that word of mouth is everything. That's how, nations was built. And that's how a lot of, civilizations, you thrived off of word of mouth, right? So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's at Sora L Justice. If you got to leave, this lecture's going to be over there, right? We got 1,800 likes, so we're still just getting in the mix of it, right? And for those who can't be patient, I mean, you just, hey, that's on you. You could tap into the YouTube. You sound like a pastor, but you and some people for money as well. That's not right. You sound like a pastor, but you ask some people for money as well. That's not right. People are going through a hard time. You should never ask people for money. Okay. One thing about me, guys, is I don't argue. I don't argue because it's pointless. We live in a world of endless possibilities. We live in a world of infinite possibilities. You, me, I ain't even talking about you. I am a infinite intelligent source. So there's no time I don't have what I need. The law of abundance is my actual natural state of being. So why would I not have anything? You see what I'm saying? So the concepts, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get y'all to remember how powerful you are, right? I'm trying to get you to remember your authority, your power. As per the law, it's in this book. As per the law of freaking consent. As per the law of consent. As per the law of agreement. Everything that you are experiencing here in this reality, you have an agreement with. You have a consent. You have given consent for it to exist. Now, in order for the law of consent to freaking feed you freaking higher vibrational perspectives, you have to understand it. The law of consent basically is you got the power and authority is vested within you. This is your world and everybody else is just here playing with your permission. I cannot be here without your permission. You cannot be here without my permission. Together we are all creating a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? A aggregated collective together. Not all of us are from the same source. Not all of us are from the same universe. Not all of us are from the same God. You feel what I'm saying? With that being said, that's why we're here with all these differences. We're here with all these issues that we got to overcome. That's why we got different diversity. That's why we got everybody. It's free will. You know what I'm saying? The illusion of free will. And you can do what you want, right? But as long as nobody get hurt in the way of you getting what you want, you feel what I'm saying? As long as it's just and righteous. That's what it's all about. So with that being said, you have the power. The law of consent simply says nobody or nothing can exist without your permission. So according to the person in the comments that said he or she is basically cursing, speaking for everybody in the chat. And I gotta channel it because it came through for a reason. I don't even see the messages because I'm channeling, but that message came through for a reason. So we're gonna elaborate on that because I feel called to before we get into it. We got 2,800. If you are, for one, you're speaking for not only yourself, you're speaking for the entire collective that's here. And I'm gonna let you know right now that I don't accept that. I don't give that reality permission to manifest in my timeline in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And nor do I give you permission to project your own insecurity or your own forgottenness upon me or my team that's here. Right? I'm gonna just put that out there. Right? I'm the voice for every goddamn body. Just in case you can't hear, I'm just telling you that. Right? Number 2, if you don't have something here, you are believing an untrue belief about yourself. The natural, look, this book has the law of abundance. Let's read it. Let's read it. It's just one little line. I just want to help y'all to see this really fast. And then we're going to tap into this lecture, man. The law of abundance is number 32. So The metaphysical universal law of abundance. The metaphysical universal law of abundance states that abundance and prosperity is the natural divine state of being for all as individuals and an aggregated bunch. There is an infinite source of everything that could ever be wanted and more than needed. As per Psalms 23, we shall never need or want for nothing because we don't. Everything is abundant. Abundant means that whenever you need it, it's there. That's why they say God may not come when you call it, but God always on time. That's just what that phrase means. That's literally what that means. So speak for yourself when you say that you're giving consent. You're giving your power over to concepts and ideas and ideologies that don't serve you anymore. Speak for yourself when you're agreeing to the lesser part of yourself. Like, nah, because you need to hear this. Speak for yourself when you are basically giving life to a false reality. Reason why I said false reality, because it's inorganic. How in the heck can something be finite when we're infinite? And I'm going to leave it at that. We got one more law. We did the law of abundance. We did the law of reflection. Oh, we did them all. We did the law of opulence, okay? So you can have whatever, however, whoever you want. And as long as nobody gets hurt as it arriving to you, and as long as nobody got to get hurt for it to come to you, right? You can still get it if people get hurt, but that's a lot of stipulations that go along with that. That energy will remanifest itself within you somehow, some way, some life. You feel what I'm saying? So the law of opulence is the only thing that can stop you from getting or from being who you truly are meant to be in this reality, in this lifetime, continue, is yourself. You are the only enemy. Your body is a tool, right? You know how they say no weapon can be formed against me, right? The only weapon that can be formed against you is you. Your body is a tool. Your mind, the collective consciousness, this entire existence is the power source of this reality, of this space, of this realm. Not only that, the body is sourced out of the subalities, right? I call them subalities and I call them trualities, right? Because this is the reality. The reality is a remake of the subality, which is sub-owl, which is owl. You know, that's the God. That's the owl body. That's everything. But we ain't gonna get all into that, right? Let's stay on track. But this book though, y'all, it's on sale right now. You know what I'm saying? You should get that. It's like $14.99. I think if I didn't update the link, wait till this live, I'm gonna go over there and update it. Thank you for the follows. Let's get it. Let me just drink a little bit of my self-love tea. Look, y'all. Put intention in everything. Yeah, y'all. Let me see y'all in the comments. Yeah, somebody came through trying to put the concept on y'all that y'all ain't got money. How the hell you ain't got no money in 2000? How you ain't got no money in 2024? We literally have the power to generate money out of thin air. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, if you broke in the year of online money, if you broke in the year of Aquarius, something got to be adjusted. Something got to be adjusted, man. You need to get a reading from me or something. Like, you ain't got to get one from me, but you tap into your true self. There's no way you should be agreeing to stuff like that no more because they don't serve you. The full moon just went by. We let go at what didn't serve us. That's as we always do with every full moon. So, okay, we got bouquet. Let's get it. Let me move out the way so y'all can see the image, man. Let me let y'all see this. So this right here, you see, right here, this is Stonehenge, right? It's like a ancient artifact or architect that's in UK. And this is a little picture. And you see this right here, which is a chessboard. But that chessboard has so much synchronicities. We about to tap into it. And then you see a queen, which is the chess piece, right? Which is the chess piece. Then you see a DNA helix. And then you see the strawberry full moon. So, thank you for being here. Let's get it, y'all. This is a rare lunar standstill, right? And this happened on Friday, right? But I had got the download probably about Thursday. Good grief. Okay, so what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to start on the surface or y'all want to go in depth? Let's see. Let's let y'all choose. You want to start in the surface or you want to go in depth? I'm going to let you know that the in-depth stuff, whoo, it's a lot. You feel me? Ooh, they say in depth. Ooh, they say they want to go. All right, so listen, we about to swim, man. We about to dive deep, y'all. We literally about to swim. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's start from the enter. Let's start from the enter of things, right? So the enter means, the depth means compared to what we call past, right? But it's not really past because everything is happening now. So I get it that there's infinite possibilities and there are more narratives than our human minds can freaking accept, right? So I'm just going to channel the closest one that's more prevalent to us in the timelines that we are experiencing right now as a collective whole, but that also most serves us as an individual within our soul's consciousness. You feel what I'm saying? As a magnetic being. All right, so thank you for the shares, thank you for the likes. Let's get it. So let's go within. Let's go within. All right. So let's start here, right? Let's just get right to it. So your body, right? Your body, right? Your body, this actual body, this aspect of you. You literally are the power. Not only do you have the power, you are the power. And everybody wants to be you. All the intergalactics want to be you. All the spirits want to be you. All the deities want to be you. All the gods want to be you. All the goddesses want to be you. Everybody, AI want to be you. You feel what I'm saying? All the soulless beings want to be you. Why? Right? Because they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. All the intention and all the power is here in this existence. So nothing else exists out of here. With that being said, you literally have the power and authority within you. So this is important, right? We're starting from the depths, right? This is important because I've been trying to get y'all to see your power and your authority, but sometimes we got to intellectualize the experiences and bring it in words so other people can probably identify what they're experiencing in this life, right? So the human collective consciousness is the only power and authority that can alter, that can manipulate, that can transform the quantum, that can solidify the quantum realities, right? So why is the interest so invested within us, the human? Because the power is in us. We give everything power. Nothing exists without us. You got to say so. Literally. You are the divine source creator. Literally. And simply, with that being said, is if you was a collective and an entity or a soul group who was disintegrating, and in your disintegration, you don't want to lose your spot, right? You don't want to lose your seat in the heavens, in the celestials. So what would you do, right? You will find a civilization who is ignorant to their own power, right? And you take over their civilization, right? You take, even while your civilization has already lived and your civilization has already reigned. Right? Some of these collectives and these consciousness and these groups that we, let's say, it's a timeline war. Now, this is not about fear. This is all truth. I'm going to give you all aspects so that when you leave here, you're comfortable. You're no fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. You got the power and it's in your tongue. All you got to do is speak it and so it is done. So it is said. Now, you can't be, if somebody got more power than you, I mean, your power ain't, your words ain't gonna work on them. But you know what I'm saying? People got ranks and there's levels to this thing, right? So, the quantum right? This is like a actual, like a simulation. It's like a computer game, a digital computer game, that the consciousness is basic, is not stuck in it. The consciousness chooses to be in it because this is how it chooses to expand itself through different realities and different personalities and different aspects. With that being said, the reason why, you know, your mind and your body and your soul and your spirit is so important is because you have the power to alter the past, the present, and the future. You are what I call a time god, right? You are a time lord. Even if you don't realize that you are, I'm going to remind you, right? Let me remind you of your timelessness. So individually, we all have our own powers, right? One of my powers is the awareness and the power and authority of my timelessness, right? I've merged, like time, like it's way, like me and time, it's a different type of construct for me now, right? I'm timelessness now. I know I'm going to fade out of this reality and I'll phase into another one. Like, I'm aware of this, right? So I'm not the only one with that ability. The human collective consciousness has the innate ability to be timelessness, and all they got to do is become aware of it. Once you become aware of your own timelessness, then time in a linear fashion, it dissipates, and then time in a multi-directional fashion manifests. So the more you can understand time, or overstand time, or understand time, the more you're able to see the bigger picture, the more you're able to have direction, the more you're able to travel, right, through and navigate, right? Okay, through the soul, you know what I'm saying? Through the stars, through the map, right? So now anything outside of you, the collective consciousness. Now remember, I'm saying these consciousnesses or collectives or soul groups have already disintegrated, meaning their time has already reigned upon this earth. Their timelines has already played out, right? But since all timelines are happening at once simultaneously, they still appear as spiritual energies because the energy can't be destroyed. Now, it can be created, right? Because, you know, it's an old perspective. They say that energy cannot be created. That's back then in like 1930. But in 2024, energy can be created, and the only way the energy is created is if it's created by you, is if it's created through you. You are the power source. You are the God, the divine creator that creates energy. You create the illusion. You create the illusion. So when they say you can't create energy, I don't agree to that timeline anymore. The timeline in the earth that I exist in, we are the creators of everything here. We create every illusion here. And nothing exists here without us saying it. That's why even the demons or those aspects, they need your permission to use your body. Right? That's how much important you are. They need your permission to use your body and to enter the space. That's why when you unconscious, it's just easier. When you got like mental illnesses and stuff, it's just easier for them to take over your body. But they can't take over your body without your permission. AI can't take over your body without permission. All right, so I know that's right. Commanded out of thy space. Ashe. That was beautiful. X. So now, with that being said, like, your power and authority is important here. Now, if I'm a concept or an idea who you guys are not paying me no more attention, the more y'all don't pay me the attention, the more I disappear. The more I disappear, the more my memories fade away. The more the memory of who I am fade away. That's why we always honor our ancestors. That's why we got all these monuments around. These monuments are here to help the remembrance, because if we don't give power and attention and energy, it dissipates. It's just like a lie, right? An illusion. Let's get into this thing. An illusion. What is an illusion? Illusion is a lie in simple terms. It's a lie. It's something that's not true. It's something that's not true. We know real. Real and fake is the same vibration, because real is a redo of the real. You feel what I'm saying? Look at the word. R-E-A-L. Real. It's a redo of the owl, which is the sub-owl. Right? That's why the sub spaces control the life. That's why the subconscious mind creates the reality, right? That you feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's about your memory. Right now, when we're talking about memory, ooh, this thing about to get fired. When we're talking about memory, we're talking about your DNA, right? That's why your ancestors live through you in your DNA. You got so many generations of data in your DNA, right? Now, the DNA can be altered, but it can only be altered and recreated through you. As you create energy, now this is not me just making stuff up. There are two laws that are spiritual laws, but that the actual physical reality recognizes and identifies as actual facts. I'm not just talking rubbish. So let me give it to you. The one is the law of entropy. Entropy simply just means everything is chaotic. However, it just simply means that order doesn't just happen out of nowhere. There was a supernatural willpower that basically impressed itself in order to create order. But that everything starts from order. And order itself, as a perfect expression, basically progresses into chaos. So chaos is not the natural state of being, order is. That's why they call it divine order. But the divine order on purpose degenerates itself. As we got 41 people in here. Ashe, make sure y'all liking that screen. Get us up to 10K likes. You feel what I'm saying? Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Here go my cash out. You feel me? If you're in the alignment with the law of giving and receiving. As I am giving, I am also open to receive. You don't have to just give with money. You can give with your word of mouth. You can share. You can like the screen. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let nobody in the comments confuse y'all. If you need a question, just stick around. I love you and thank you. All right, now let's get on back into that. Let's get back into that. So, now, I forgot where I was just at. If anybody was listening, just kind of give me one word to kind of get me back on where I was at. I just had to catch some people up because I see we had almost 50 people in here. There we go. X. Woo! Woo! X, you might be winning a free ticket to my event. You just might be winning a free ticket to my event. You keep coming through like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, entropy, right? So, order progresses into chaos. So, all this chaos that we got going on here, this is just a progression. This is growth. This is growth. This is why you need the challenges, you need the obstacles in order for you to understand who you truly are. You had to break yourself down. It's an ascension, but it's also a descension at the same time because we fell, right? We descended. Descended just means you chose to be this, right? So entropy, that's what the law, and now that's a spiritual law that science recognizes as an actual fact, right? This is not me making stuff up. Law number 2. These are thermodynamic laws, right? Law number 2 is I think it's transmutation of energy, conservation and transmutation of energy. So energy can only be transferred, transformed, reshaped into something else, right? But it also says that energy can't be destroyed unless there's an actual missing part that they don't tell y'all. Energy can't be destroyed unless it is, it can't be destroyed, right? But it said that it can't be created. Let me get the words right. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. Unless it says the energy can't be, and this is the conservation of energy, right? Law, that is fact here, that is recognized as fact. It said that energy cannot be created unless created by a nuclear reaction or basically a sun power, right? This is why fasting is ultimately important, because when you fast, you're altering your timelines. You're altering the past, the present, and the future. You're actually shape-shifting and teleporting yourself instantaneously to new timelines, right? So this is crazy, the DNA. So every time, so that's why they say fasting gets you closer to God, right? Because that nuclear, once you fast, this is you sparking nuclear reactions within your physical body and sending like the energy up to your higher self. Your higher self is receiving this energy, which is that power, and then it's altering your DNA. As it alters your DNA, you literally become a new person. That's why people be coming out of fast and they be like, man, I just did a 30-day fast and I'm a whole new person. I'm not addicted to this. I'm not addicted to that. Because they literally not they self no more. Right? So this lecture about to be fire. All right. So with that being said, simply, you create energy. And how do you create energy? You create energy by fasting. And it don't matter what you fast from. Right? Anything you feel addicted to, you fast from, you create that energy. You create a timeline. You as the human got to observe the timeline that you want to experience. Then you got to visualize it. Then you got to use, as per the law of decision that's in this book, then you got to use your free will, your choice and decision in order to experience it. And in order to experience it, all you got to do is magnetize yourself to it or as it. You see what I'm saying? So the concept of us not creating energy does not fit the new realities. It does not fit the truth. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't agree to that, because that's literally me giving power to the lesser part of myself. Why am I giving power to the lesser part of myself? That don't even make sense. Oh, Ashe, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. So, now listen, we're going to read one more out this book. Decision, the law of decision. This is important. I need y'all to tap into this, man. I swear, if you got to go, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload all these lectures over there. Yeah. Let's get it. So I thank you for all y'all being here, because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here at this time in this space. And we haven't even got deep into the lecture. I know my lectures be long, but they be filled with gems. They be filled with all this dynamic consciousness. You feel me? Like, I be channeling intergalactic Akasha that's untapped, right? Because I put in the actual work. I done been through a lot of situations, and I'm not your average individual. I never was. I never will be. And it's okay. I accept my weirdness. I accept my abnormality. You know what I'm saying? I accept it, and it's okay. It's okay. Because it's okay to be different in a world full of everybody that want to be the same. You feel me? It's okay to just shine and be you. All right, so the metaphysical universal law of decision. The metaphysical universal law of decision states that every decision that is made activates a new timeline. Get that. Get this. That's why I told you this book, bro. This book is everything, nigga. I'm not playing. You ain't about to find these joints. So it's 99 laws in here. That's going, because a lot of us it's all based on contractual agreements and contracts. So you got to find out the contracts that you got on you. You got to find out the contracts that you agreed to unknowingly, or you even got to find out the contracts that you forgot about. You know what I'm saying? And this helps you with that. So the law of decision states that every decision that is made activates a new timeline or state of consciousness. So I said you was a time lord. You create time. You ain't know you was that powerful. Soul Bro said you break those contracts too. You can break the contracts, but look, this what happened. I'm gonna let you know. I know, like, I'm an actual source. Like, I'm telling you, I've broke contracts before, and the only thing that's gonna happen if you break a contract with a person, place, a thing because of your free will, and you don't agree with your soul, because sometimes our souls and our higher selves has us in these situations that our human self don't agree with, and we be like, what the hell? Why? Right? I had a contract to be homeless, right? My human self didn't want to be homeless, but I remember the day I manifested myself. I visualized it. I quantified it. I solidified that timeline. And it wasn't that I just did it unconsciously. It was a contract. It was a contract. He said, no, I'm talking about outside of time. Okay. I'm the author, right? I'm the author of the book, right? And the link is in my bio. The name of the book is Get in the Game 2, A Multidimensional Perspective, the Metaphysical Universal Law Book of Divine Justice. You can get the PDF or you can get the physical copy. And I think the PDF is on sale for like $14.99 or whatever like that. You can visit my website, right? The link is in the bio. But that ain't really what... Ooh, I like that. So I think that's Fine 7 says, so under that philosophy, we all manifested ourselves here. Yeah. Yes. And that's just from that perspective, right? Because there are infinite perspectives, right? Like there's no one way. That's why I look at it always, and that's why I'm able to see the bigger picture. Right? The more you can see the bigger picture, let me tell you, that's who has the power. That's who has the power. Let's read another law. The law of multidimensional perspective. Right? You're never going to find this on Google. All right. It even got time traveling laws in this book. Like it goes off. Right? The law of parallel experience, like it goes off, right? So the law of multidimensional perspective, right? The law of multidimensional perspective states that when a person is viewing the game from multiple perspectives, that they have a higher chance of manifesting a greater reality. The person who practices this law has the power to influence the masses remotely, indirectly, and in doing so without applying much pressure. This law allows a person to become a master player and a divine grid programmer of the simulation. A multidimensional perspective is a combination of all existing probabilities, and it allows a person to be the observer while still playing the game actively. Come on now. You're not going to find that on Google, bro. You're not. Yes. Source. You're not going to find that on Google, bro. Like, you're not. So, look. Let's go on with the lecture. Because there's a lot I got to cover. Hold on. Let me hit the bowl real quick and let me just reset. All right. Let's reset real quick. Let's reset. Thank you for the shares, by the way. Ooh. What if a contract was made on you when you were a child? That's a freaking good, Tiffany. Damn. Damn. That question was fucking on time. So, if you created a contract, well, nobody can really put the contracts on you. You as a child, there are consciousnesses, there are collectives, there are groups that they're going to come to you in your sleep, spirits, right? Some of these dreams we be having, it's not really a dream. It's called dream state training for a reason. It's just another aspect of our imaginations, but the dreams are more subalities. They're more trualities versus the reality, right? So I love that you said that. So what happens is a lot of us make unconscious deals as kids. That's why some of us be having invisible friends. These invisible friends be more than a visible friend. And the parent be looking at the child like, oh, they just talking to themselves. The children are never talking to themselves, guys. We're never alone. Like, if you thought we was alone anywhere in this system, if you thought you was ever alone, even when you think you by yourself and alone, you're not. I know, because I see through. Like, I see timelessness. Like, it's true. So, what if you have intense dreams every night? Then you're having intense encounters and intense experiences every night, and you start like really tapping into your dream state training. A lot of us are training. When we go to sleep, it's called dream state training, right? But as a kid, we're very open. We're very vulnerable because we believe in everything, right? When you're a kid, you still believe in everything. And so that's why kids manifest the easiest. Because their minds, that's why you have to become your inner child as an adult in order for you to tap into your most powerful creativity, right? Because children are the power. They are everything. They are our future. If we had one, it would be them. right? So when a contract is put on you as a child, or when you agree as a child to a contract, because remember, you have the power. We don't want to put nothing outside of us. Nobody can't do nothing to you. Nobody can't put nothing on you. Nobody can't do that, because only you, as per the law of consent, you have to consent and give permission to any of that stuff to give existence to. I'm gonna answer in a second one. So you don't give permission, it can't exist. Once you ignore and take away its attention, it's not gonna be there. Just like why they have these Stonehenges and shit like this coming up. We getting into it, right? So I want to share a story with y'all really small about contracts. So I learned my own self. I had a contract to be here as a positive example, to teach others everything I know, right? All the wisdom, because I've got the key, right? And so my contract is to share it. That's why if I don't share it, I start getting sick and shit. I just don't feel good, because it's like, damn, my soul need to express itself in this way, right? Because I got a contract. So when, like 10 years ago or 13 years ago, maybe, I knew my contract and I didn't. I took my own human mind and my free will and I said, hell no. I said, hell no. And what happened was I actually agreed to a Saturn time loop, because we are time lords, we are time gods, and you create time with your decisions. I swear to God, every decision you have, you create time. That time or that time don't solidify until you choose. That's how powerful you are. I'm just trying to remind you. So I know from experience, I ain't saying this the only way, but from my experience, one of the contracts I had on me that I agreed to as a child, right? And that contract did not lift up until I consciously lifted it up, but once I became aware of it. When I tried to ignore it, it still was showing up as chaos or karmic in my life. So when you don't get the contracts off, when you don't unlend your agreement, they become karmic time loops, Saturn time loops. You become stuck in time and space. You become stagnant. If your energy and your consciousness is stagnant, you can't grow. The whole point of us being here is to expand and grow while exploring through the depths of our own imagination. Right? Because you are the magician, right? And the magician just means you create the reality with the way you think, believe, and act. So that's that. That's what you do with contracts. I hope that was a good answer, right? Oh, that's what I was about to say. Thank you, Complex. You reminded me. Thank you. Damn, you reminded me. That's what I was about to say. So what happened was I couldn't die. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't do nothing until it created delays. Like when you don't complete these contracts, it create delays. Let's say I freaking did a ritual to cancel a contract, but it was a contract that my soul even already agreed to. What happens is, if I transition from out of this life in this body, that contract still exists. The energy still exists, because it can't be destroyed. You can't destroy a contract. You can only clear it. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, we destroying energy. What energy is you destroying? It's impossible. Once the energy is created, all it's going to do is either get power or lesser as it come back to you. That's a law. That's an actual law. So you got to use the laws to your advantage here. You feel me? So basically, if you got a contract to be with a person, but this person is toxic, right? And you ain't learning the lesson. Neither are they. You cut cords with them, I'm telling you, you're going to just keep attracting that same energy in a different person until you clear the contract. How do you clear it? You got to declare and decree it. It's a process, and sometimes it takes more than just one, right? You got to write it on a piece of paper. You the judgment. You the lawyer of your own life. You the lawyer. You got the authority and the power. You got to write that shit. You got to speak it. You got to write that shit. I such and such declare and decree. And sometimes you got to do more than one. That's how you do. That's how you clear it. You ask yourself. You find out if you got any Saturn time loops reenacting themselves in your life, right? And that's how they get us, y'all. The entities, the collectives, the whoever, the negative aliens and shit. they know that we don't know our power to time and our authority to time. So what they do is they use time machines and CERN and shit like that to manipulate your own reality. They know that you holding that cell phone is scrying, which is a magical freaking procedure. Like, it's a magical method in order to, the phone actually helps you to timeline jump because the phone helps you to decide. So look at your cell phone as a time machine. And you know, that's how they can influence you, right? And once they influence you, it's called mind control, people. It's called mind control. It's simple. It's really simple. All right, we're going, this is all in my book. I got a few books, but yeah. Are we up 10K likes? Okay, I keep meeting the same narcissistic spirit, and guys, my romantic relationship contract fucked up. That's why you gotta clear that shit out. Write it down. You gotta use the right words. See, me, I know the words to say to help clear contracts. So when I do work for you, I clear contracts, right? Not subconsciously regressive. That's not what I do. I do the words. So I team up with a person who do regressives. They do the regressives. I do the words. We clear y'all contracts up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Your soul is authentically liberated. And you ain't about to recycle back through this. Okay? So, yeah. Alright, now let's get on with the lecture, y'all. Okay, hold on. Any questions? So everyone has a contract. Yes, and then we have multiple. We have contracts and we have multiples. You'll know when you got contract because you can't refuse a person or place. It's just feel natural. It don't matter if it's karmic or not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are playing out our ancestor contracts that they created that never been annulled. It's just like law. You know, they call it divine justice for a reason. It's divine justice because there was injustice going on because of ignorance. The only sin, and we up to 55 people up here, the only sin is ignorance. Make sure y'all keep liking the screen, family. Get us up to 14,000 likes so I can keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Let me pause. Get us up to 14K and we gonna go. You know, so we gonna keep on. We gonna continue. You know, it's just a fair exchange of energy. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just what it's all about. You know, I need that interaction. Thank you for asking questions, y'all. I love questions. Like, I love questions because they help me to access the information. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't even get in the lecture yet. That's what I'm saying. It's 11:04. I'm going to try to have us out of here by 12:12. I'm going to try to have us out of here by 12:12. I swear. My lectures be long as hell. I be trying not to, y'all. Oh, no problem. No problem. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. That's why I was like, it ain't about money. Like, if you want to donate $1, $2, $3, you can. That helps me to have more time to be on here with y'all. But if you don't, word of mouth will work. You hitting the like button work. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Sharing the help. You feel me? Alright, so. Alright, let's get now. So, we did all of that because I wanted y'all to know contracts was important. So, how do entities, extra entities, manipulate our realities if they don't have a body? By getting you to go against yourself. By getting you to go against your past self. Right? Because they know that a lot of us don't really understand time and timelines and how we actually we create them. We got the power. You got the power to declare, right? This simply just means the law of declaration. Hold on, the law of declaration. This simply just means you create and delete with the power of your tongue, right? Your tongue creates life and death. So when you declare, this is you creating time-wise, this is you manifesting. Remember, time, outside of this reality, time is not there. It doesn't exist in that way. This is the only place time can exist because this is the only place that allows the process. Time is associated with process, and this is the only place that allows process. Right? Everything else is instant. It's instant. So that's about that, right? That's about that. Damn, I can't find it. I don't have time to be going through the book. All right. We almost up to 14K. Yeah, we out here. Ooh. I like that. Yup, get to go against ourselves to get to others. Ashe. Contagious and parasite entities are right. Beautiful. Complex. Beautiful. Like, I couldn't have said it better than that. Like, I swear, thank you for the follow. That was amazing. For real. Let me get my drink on. Alright. Now. Whew. Now that you know how important it is for me as a disintegrated collective and soul group to alter you and your reality. One, because I need you to forget who you are. I need you not to remember your power. Because the more you don't remember your power, the more I, as a spiritual concept, can influence you, can manipulate you. The more I can transform you. Right? So you gotta understand that through the moon, there's a lot occurring. The moon is multidimensional and extra transitional. I know I said extra transitional, but I really mean that. Like, that was the closest word that I can fit to what the moon is. This nigga said extra transitional. Let me write that down. Hold up. I need to Google that. I don't even know what that means. Extra transitional. Extra transitional. Our flesh body is an entity within itself. We are here to master and go beyond. Yes, we are here to master the dark arts. Oh, Kiki, what's up, Kiki? What's up? Thank you for being here. Yeah, we are here to master the dark arts, y'all. And that's just simple. Earth is in a dark space, right? We're alchemizing. Alchemy just simply means like the black, you know, the darkness, dead. You know, black means dead. We're in the land of the dead as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You know, we can't be no more dead than this. You know, a lot of y'all scared of death. You can't die no more than this. This is dead enough. You can't die no more than this. This is the descension of descendant. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we're descendants. You feel me? Like, death is an illusion. Okay, now let's tap into what I was saying about the illusion. I call life the illusion, right? That's me. That's my perspective. I call it the illusion, literally, because that's literally what it is, right? And I don't beat around the bush no more. I just be like, the illusion. So in the illusion, right, the illusion is based on a bunch of more illusions, which is lies. So what happens? Now, the reason why we have like Stonehenges and places with big ass stones that don't mean shit. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm about to give you the Akasha. Untap. The stones don't mean shit. It's a distraction from what's really going on. I swear. The stones, the way they placed, they don't mean shit. Yeah, it's a little geographical, it's a little geometry. It's not what's on surface. It's what's beneath the surface. It's what is wet. It's wet. It's important. So we're gonna tap into that. We're gonna tap into that. Let me get prepared. So it's what's beneath the surface, people. So we was tapping into the fact that your memory is the power. Because if you don't remember me and the part I played in the space that I played in that the reality, then I disappear. But in order for me to disappear, I freaking use you to go against yourself, to alter and manipulate your own timeline by using your power and at will and decision. That's how powerful you are. You alter life at will. Come on now. Come on now. You got powers of gods, angels, systems within you. You control time. You control it. You control it. Like, this is thinking outside of the net. This is thinking outside of the internet or outside of the freaking grid. Right? So, Now, a rare, I think we're gonna start here. Yeah, I think we're gonna start here. We was on the fact that let me see, let me get it. Alright. Right. I gotta get you, in order for me to still exist, I gotta get you to remember me. How do I do that? I get you to alter your own timelines. This is how outer extra consciousness is able to influence the inner inter consciousness, right? Simply just by using your choice. Because your willpower is supernatural, as it creates energy. The willpower is supernatural because it creates energy. Only supernatural will can create energy. That's why fasting is supernatural, because it literally metamorphs you into a better version of yourself. It literally metamorphs you like Power Rangers. You feel what I'm saying? So you really got to look at it for what it is. Alright, so let's get it. Rare. So rare lunar standstill will illuminate Stonehenge this week. So remember, it's about you accepting, right? It's about you accepting and giving consent and permission to anything to exist here. So the consciousnesses or the entities, the collectives, the groups, we won't call them names, right? They know, right? They know because they've been observing, right? They've been observing. Not only that, they operate on higher levels of existence, but also lower levels of existence too. So you could have a higher, lower level, right? You could have a higher, lower level. That's where you get wickedness and high place from, right? The concept of that. All right, so these artifacts or these spaces like Stonehenge, these stones literally mean nothing. I promise you. But it's not about the stones being there. It's about your attention. Where attention goes, energy flows, right? So it's about your attention. Your attention is your payment, right? Is your consciousness, is your currency, right? Is your currency. Is your wave. Is your wave. Is your sound. Like, we can go so deep into that. We can go so deep into that, okay? So it's not what's above the surface, it's what lies beneath. So this right here is a sacred ground. I just seen something too. It was a light code, like an expansion of a light code. I swear I just seen it. Like a circle a little bit. So this Stonehenge, right? The shape that it's in, of course, is like a magical circle. So the circle is like a symbolization of something never going away. When we see circle, this is how we're able to remember the matrix. This is how we're able to remember our intentions that we set forth in order to solidify timelines. That's why everything is a sphere, because one, we're in a 3-dimensional perspective. 2, because it helps you to remember cycles. It helps you to remember, never ending, things not ending. It helps you, your memory, right? This is all hypnotism. Like, what if I told you that the illusion is witchcraft? What if I told you that this entire existence is a manifestation of witchcraft? Right now, witchcraft is neither good nor bad. It's all about how you use the power, right? So everything, shapes, freaking monuments, spaces and stuff like that, they all feed your subconscious mind, right? Your subconscious mind is the creator. It creates 95% of the reality. So the subconscious mind is constantly receiving data and information, right? But here's how it communicates. The subconscious mind communicates through shapes, through colors. You see what I'm saying? Through repetition, right? Thank you for the roses, right? So consciously, you may look at this circle and think you just see a circle. But subconsciously, you see an ocean. You see emotions. You know what I'm saying? Subconsciously, you see a hypnotic command, right? Subconsciously, the moon is telling you to forget, right? The moon is telling you to be unconscious from that perspective, because the moon represents unconscious consciousness. That's why when people are tethered as far as their awareness to the moon, they're considered unconscious. They're considered non-player character, right? Until they unhook themselves from the moon and then hook themselves up to the solar plexus, the solar plexus chakra, or the sun, the core. That's when they get the bend, what you call conscious. And then that's when they can manipulate time, which is the moon, instead of the moon manipulating them. You see what I'm saying? So the moon is associated with time. This structure is associated with memory. The black and white checkerboard, a chessboard you see, is associated with mind games, right? With mind games. So the queen is associated with victory, is associated with royalty, right? So let's tap on in a little bit deeper. So it's not what's above, it's what's beneath. The moon is what you call the beast head, right? I know, right? I fucking said it. The moon is the beast head, right? Now, inside the moon, there's a machine, right? There's a machine inside it. Now, I know because I've been there before, right? I've been there before, right? So, in the moon, there's a machine called, it's a couple of names, right? The moon is basically infinite intelligence, just like you are infinite intelligence. And we're sourced out through the matrix, through the Saturn's moon time matrix, right? We're sourced out through the Saturn's moon time matrix. Ashe, my bad. And so our whole objective is to remember our organic timelines so that we can clear and collapse all the old timelines with our human collective power, because we alter the quantum realms. Nobody's more important than you. Like, I can't fucking stress it. Nobody's more important than you. Oh, you just had deja vu, man. Listen, come on, let's get it. Come on, let's get it. Y'all keep, oh, snap, I didn't even realize we up 20K. That's what I'm talking about. We up 20K likes. That's what I'm talking about. Why do people worship Saturn? You know what? That's a good question. That's a good question. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to just have to tell you the truth. I don't know. I don't know why people worship Saturn. I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't know. I only can speak based on my own wisdom and experiences, and I don't worship Saturn, even though, you know what I'm saying, Saturn is the father. It could be that Saturn is the father. Saturn is the grandfather. You feel what I'm saying? Saturn is the authority. Uh-oh. Look, come on. Don't get me to get there. Yeah. Ashe, it represents time. And that's pretty good. I like that. All right, y'all. So rare. So okay. Now we're getting into how important your DNA is, how important it is for you to not activate your DNA or not freaking what's the word I'm looking for? Purify. Not purify your DNA. How do you get a lot of information that I'm talking about? You just fast. I'm telling you. Start fasting. Right? Start doing 3 days, 1 day, 12 days. Just start fasting. And your DNA, literally, the actual atoms will start recreating themselves based on the spiritual power that you're transferring to it from your human collective consciousness. Your higher self, yourself, will take that power, your supernatural ultimate self, and will basically rebuild you. So these bodies, dry fast, water fast, fast from porn, whatever. It don't have to be food. It don't have to be. It could, because it's a mental thing. It could just be something that you're addicted to. It don't have to be food. You know what I'm saying? It could be TV. It could be social media. You feel me? Whatever you feel, I just can't go without. That's the best thing to fast from, because that's where you're going to turn supernatural, because it already got power, because you feel you need it. You know what I'm saying? So let's tap in. Let's tap in a little further. So we discovered how important the DNA is. Yes, be careful. Somebody said when I dry fast the last time I got muscle spasms. So be careful. Yeah, y'all, always. But it's nothing to be afraid of. If something like that happens when I'm fasting, I dry fast a lot. And sometimes things, my eyes be changing and stuff like that. But I know that I'm safe. You just gotta always know that nothing's gonna happen to you. And if you ain't finished your life's work here, trust me, you ain't gonna die. You gonna go smack to another timeline. I done did it. It's called what is it called? Quantum I forget. It's a word. Quantum tunneling. Right? It's called quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling, basically, when an atom is done with a space, right, it just basically goes through a freaking wall spiritually into another space. You know what I'm saying? Once you're done with this body, you just go into another body. You go with another body. You go through another body. So yeah. But fasting is the key. They say meditation while you fast, yeah, right? And there's different ways to meditate. But fasting, that's that supernatural will. That's you creating. Because listen, spiritual power, that's energy. Spiritual power is energy. That's only created by physical discipline. This is something my grandmother was unconscious, but she always said this to me. She always said, physical discipline. Physical discipline creates spiritual power. So here I have an ancestor telling me that I can create energy my entire life, right? Thank you through ways, but I didn't know what that meant until recently. Now I know what that means. It means I can create energy, and how to create energy, all I got to do is physically discipline myself. That is the highest form of self-love. Love is the most powerful creation that's actually bring babies in. All right, so look, and babies is just new forms of consciousness, right? That you have to bring through. And I don't just mean them as physical entities. I mean them as books, projects, creative ideas, all of that. You feel me? This is infinite, y'all. And we are really great. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. So a lot of us, when we get off the timelines and we clear it, we got to clear it. Now, sometimes some of the timelines or some of the memory, some of the decisions we made are not our decisions. Some of them are decisions of the ancestors that were us or that are us, right? That were in our position when they had a body or when they had their own body. Because what happens is a lot of the ancestors, like if you the gate, now every family has a gateway, right? Now this right here that you see, this is a gateway. It's an actual gateway. We're going to tap into it. Remember, it's not what's above, it's what's beneath. It's a gateway. It's a gateway to a interdimensional we're gonna get into it. So yeah. So every family, right? Every person who you attract is a timeline that you manifested, right? So every person is a manifestation of an actual physical timeline in its own reality. So every family has what you call a gateway or a portal. Everybody's a portal, but there are divine gateway portals that have access to certain stargates, right? Now, these will be your people in your family that are your 33rd degrees, right? Which is why you got the black and the white here, right? The checkerboard, which is just the wisdom, right? Wisdom. So every family has their 33rd degrees, unknowingly and knowingly. Now, you don't have to be a Mason to have the 33rd degree knowledge. You just got to be a builder. You just got to be a builder, a master builder, a master builder. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all that concept is, right? So yeah, there are actual real Masons but we ain't talking about that because we the real builders. We the real builders. All right. All right, so every family has a gateway. And what happens is, let's say you're a gateway. And let's say you have a great granddad that's like 89 or something. He don't really talk too much. You don't even know he a 33rd degree Mason, like in real life. You don't even know because it's secret society, right? They don't tell nobody. You're dealing with the moon. You're dealing with hidden secrets, untold truths, right? So he ain't telling you, your granddad ain't telling you that he 33rd degree. And you don't even know. All you know is just every time you go over there to visit grandma and granddad don't say a damn thing. He just be over there chilling, watching, observing. But he know who you is. Even though granddad ain't saying shit, granddad know who you is. Because the ancestors, the ones with the 33rd that be in every family, you don't have to be a Mason, but some of them are. They did rituals. Some of them are religious rituals that they did in churches and ceremonies and stuff. I know this sounds crazy. Why in the hell is the Christians doing rituals? Come on now. Why would they not? It's called reverse psychology. Like, that's the greatest magic trick in the world. Once you learn how to use reverse psychology, bro, you won the game of life. You won. you feel me? It's no, like, nobody can play with you. So, through religion and all of that, religion is a gateway, right? A portal, you know what I'm saying? That's why worship and praise is so powerful. But we're going to get into it. So now, let's say that your granddad, he got cancer or something, right? So he about to cross over. And now, your granddad looking at you, he know you got the power, you the chosen one. Because the ancestors already know. That's what I'm saying. The wisdom, they soul, they know. Grandma didn't know that she was unconscious, but she was telling me physical discipline creates spiritual power. She knew the entire fucking time. That's just like greater consciousness. If they get trapped or caught here in their technology, spaceships crash or something in the four screens, they gotta act dumb. They gotta pretend like they don't know because that's the part of the game. We pretending like we don't know right now. We just pretended playing like just act as it's fun to play that way. Right? So the granddads and the 33rds, the Saturns, the fathers, the grandfathers, the grandmothers, the Easterns, you know what I'm saying? The Northerns. They all did rituals. And so these rituals, what they did, they performed freaking projection rituals where they didn't want to die. See, a lot of our ancestors were smarter than what we're told they are. A lot of our ancestors was way more magical than it's been revealed to us. A lot of our ancestors was secretly sorcerers on the low. And I know it's hard for a lot of us to believe this. But they was consciously the 33rd degrees. Remember, the 33rd degrees that's in every family, they know the chosen ones. And so they choose the chosen ones. The ancestors choose the chosen ones as the chosen one has chosen itself. And they do rituals, like underground rituals, like at the church. They do rituals in the woods. And the rituals it actually involves things, right? Energies. And what happens is they do the incantations and the circles, and they make sure everything is circled so that you can remember. Because if you start forgetting about them, they disappear. Remember that. If we forget about these Stonehenge, the concept of what it stands for dissipates. Because you got to keep on telling a lie over and over and over and over and over again. Or the lie disappears. Right? You got to keep telling that lie. You got to keep giving that lie energy. When you telling a lie to your girl, you cheat on your girl or anybody. You got to keep telling that lie. You got, babe, I was over grandma's house. And then when you come home, you got to watch what you say. Because if you say you was over your boy's house or you was over Chantel's house, if you say you was over anybody's house other than your mama's house, your girl gonna be looking like, bro, why you lie? The thing about lying is you got to keep giving it time and you got to keep giving it energy or it dissipates. So the thing about the illusion is a lie. And there are multiple illusions within the illusion. And we just got to discover or unveil the hidden truths. The moon is the deepest of our subconscious. The moon is the ocean, even though it looked like a white circle ball. Shit, the land is the ocean. This body is an ocean. It's a body of water. It's 73% water. That's what science say. Oh, I ain't just making it up. That's what science say. We're in the higher layers of the subconscious mind on the surface. And everything we think we see outer is inner. Because it's a reflection as per the law of reflection. So the rituals that they did, they basically did rituals and cast like magic, actual magic, sorcery. The 33rds that's in our families, everybody got them. They not just subjected to the melanated people, to the Caucasians, to the Chinese people. Everybody got them. Just like every family got gateways. And what happens is they secretly do these rituals, consciously and unconsciously, but consciously, a lot of them. And they project themselves into the chosen one. Upon dying, what happens is the grandfather dies, right? The grandfather has cancer, the grandfather dies. The grandfather then makes sure that he holds on to his body until daytime. Because if you die at night, you risk getting trapped by the artificial moonlight. You risk getting trapped by street lights. You risk getting trapped by people like me who can see and who can use your power to alter some shit. And that's the truth. Even though I don't move like that, but I just know the power. Right? So now here you are. You go to sleep. Granddad makes sure he holds on to his body until the morning time. The morning the rising comes, he releases. The nurse come in and she says, yeah, he's gone. He's passed away. The moment he passes away, he gets greeted by the psychopumps. He also gets greeted by his own contracts. I'm speaking the word. Hold on, y'all. I'm speaking something on this joint. I'm going off. He also gets greeted by his own contracts. And this is for everybody. How do I know? I've been there, done that, is what I'm telling you. I died, I came back, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. And this is just my perspective. It just serves me the best. Because clarity is the greatest gift you can ever have. Confusion deals with low vibration, distortion, right? It's a lot of distorted consciousness here. Sometimes even the truth can be distorted. That's why you gotta like tap in, right? So immediately after he deals with his contracts and his astral, whatever he gotta do, an aspect of that ancestor, the spirit, the essence, the phantom, it goes to you, the gatekeeper. It goes to you, the gateway. Now, you never even smoke tobacco. All of a sudden, you wake up in the morning on a Saturday, you want coffee and a fucking tobacco cigar. But you don't even know, Granddad done did a ritual 40 years ago And that's the truth. That's the true truth. Somebody said, my grandfather died of cancer, my father Mason. My son was born on the same day, but I don't know, weird world. Oof. Oof. And let me guess, your son is just like my little brother. My little brother is a mere projection of my granddad. My little brother is a chosen like me. Me and him got the same soul. I had contact with my little brother before he was even born. I was contacting him, spirit, like in the astral. We were speaking a whole nother language. We had a plan. We had a contract. That's what I'm telling you. Anybody who you come in this life with, you got a contract with or you chose. And sometimes it ain't your choosing. It's the past. That's why you can't let the past fuck up what you got going on now. You know, and this is just the confirmation to keep on going. Like, unlock your creativity, man. Don't be afraid to be different. Now is the time. We in the age of Aquarius. Now is the time to be weird. It's cool to be weird now. We got 60 people in the house, 23K likes. It's cool to be weird now. It's okay. Trust me. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with being weird. Hey, you feel me? I'm like, okay, shit, that's your laws. Or that's your game, however you look at it. I like that. Weird is a compliment. Ashe. Okay, so I gave, this was important, y'all. That part of all this is channeled. I'm just channeling the Akasha. And thank you. And so that's what a lot of our ancestors, they were smarter than a lot of us think. We are even more intelligent than you can ever imagine. So with that being said, that's another way how they project. And sometimes, like Q said, Q did a lecture on black magic, and he said the answers are in your organs. Bro, I almost passed out. My soul almost left my body. Just to even come in contact with somebody who can understand or overstand the concepts that I be speaking on. That's exactly what that's exactly they project. Right? So, my grandmama, I'm gonna tell you what she is. She in my crown. She in my crown. So, and I know she's there. There's a fragment of her there. And she's there by choice. By choice. Because she got a contract with me. It's a contract. Like some of us in our families, we are the gateways. We are the gatekeepers. I'm telling you, to the family's information, to the bloodlines, the DNA and all of that. That's why we got to do the work and unlock our shit. We got to do the work. We got to heal through the trauma. I like that. Is this why they sprayed Stonehenge? Whew, let's get into it. Let's get into it. And that was their assignment. So, can your ancestors who live here with you, can they actually guide and guard you as you? Yes. And they do this through your subconscious mind. Okay? The ancestors are in you, but they're also through you. And they project through your subconscious mind. They are a part of time. They are a part of the moon, because that's where you get spirit from. That's where you get energy from. Right? That's why the moon has the machine in it called the reincarnation trap. And the moon is charged up indefinitely forever by the sun. So that can never go down unless the sun goes down. And the sun don't go down because it ain't no down. You feel what I'm saying? So that was beautiful. We had to tap into that. Thank you, whoever brought that out. Thank you for whoever brought that out of me. Thank you. I appreciate the question, the concept, the comment. That's what I'm saying. Keep on asking questions, y'all. Just keep on doing that. Because when I'm catching them and it's activating that Akasha in me. And that's how we get in this lecture right now. It's channeled. I ain't right. I didn't do nothing. All right, so all I did was get the little images together intuitively. All right, so that's what we get when it comes to like the ancestors, and they really do project themselves. They could choose. Like I said, my grandmama, she's literally in my crown. And when I say in my crown, she's literally in like my head. Right? And I know she's there, right? And it's okay because I give her permission to be there, and she can stay there because she ain't trying to influence me in no way. She's here for the greater good. So can the ancestors, after they pass on and they project themselves in anywhere in you, your foot, your toe, your leg, your organs, like you said, your wherever. That's why when he said that, I was like, damn. Because I knew my grandmother was in my crown, my head, which is my the depths of my awareness, right? So now this could be a good or bad thing, depending on, is it an ascended aspect of the energy or not, depending on the state of awareness that they was in when they died or crossed over. Right? Right. So it's a group thing. It's a teamwork thing, right? And so, I literally can feel and experience her as her own separate consciousness within the body. I can tell when she's thinking her own thought within the body. And that's fucking unique. You feel what I'm saying? So the memories, right? The memories are like lies that disappear if you don't feed power to them. The artifacts are there for your attention, for your power, for you to remember. The more you remember, the more the power is sourced through this gigantic device and tool that's underneath it here. Okay? So you see this picture now. This was what I seen, but I put it on here to try to give you guys some context. So you see this right here is the Stonehenge. Right? We're going to tap into the checkerboard and the master building and the DNA, all of that. Right? Thank you for being here, by the way. Right? Your ancestors can be your guardian angels and things like that. They live like the ancestral realm and the guardian angel realm is in the inter-earth. You are the earth because you came from the dirt, right? You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? We are the earth. So the ancestors is in the inner earth. It makes sense. It just totally makes sense to me. All right, so now you see the Stonehenge right here, which is just stones that are placed there to get our memory. The stones don't mean a damn thing. They just placed there to get our memory and our attention. That's all. Because once we give our intention and power, as we are the authority and the power, and we create time, we allow the time to still exist. We allow their consciousness to still freaking be alive, even without a body. Even without a body, right? So a lot of the negatively oriented timelines, right? When dealing with Mars, we're dealing with conflict. This is Tuesday, Mars Day. We're dealing with conflict. We're dealing with war, right? So this was a perfect day to tell y'all about the time wars that a lot of us don't even know we are part of. You ain't even know that you was a master of time and a time lord, and that you was simultaneously involved in a time lord space war. You didn't even know that about yourself. And now you're going to kind of trying to figure it out. You're like, hold on. So my decisions create time? Yes. That's law, by the way. That's law. We should be green, all of us. Ashe. I like that. So underneath Stonehenge, which is just to get your memory. Remember, I need to tap into your memory if I'm the disintegrated consciousness, because I need to alter your DNA. Your DNA is your memory, but your DNA is also what creates the illusion, right? The atoms, the molecules, and all of that. That's the illusion. So I can alter you and your stuff by allowing you to alter yourself. So it's a timeline war, us against other collectives and groups and parts of ourselves that don't want to lose their seeds, right? They don't want us to remember our power. Now, it's not victimization or nothing. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Now, look at it from the highest perspective. Everything is happening for a reason, divinely guided, and it's for you. That's how you overcome fear. You just look at it like, okay, this is supposed to be happening for me right now. Let me analyze Let me analyze so I can see where I can get my lessons up out of this thing so I can move on to the next. New level, new devil. This shit don't never get old. All right, so underneath Stonehenge is really what's important. Underneath Stonehenge are layers and aspects of imaginations and chakras. Okay, so now think of this like this. When your soul is talking to you in your dreams, sometimes it's giving you like a mixture, like a cocktail of different experiences. You might see yourself when you're young. You might be at a park that you never seen until you was 26, but all of this might be occurring in your college classroom. But you might be sitting on your childhood bed. You see what I'm saying? That's because the soul, it doesn't really know linear. Like, we've trained ourselves to think that linear was the only way to go. Only way we could go is 1, 2, 3, but that's false. That's not the truth. Because if you're a multidimensional aspect, then linear does not match it's not the same vibration. Conflict. You feel me? That's why a lot of us, because we be going through stuff. Yeah, we be going through stuff because of our own damn conflict within ourselves. All right, so it's like, with that being said, time, the way history is recorded is, I'm going to just say it, it's inaccurate. It's inaccurate because it's an illusion. And the illusion is what we see through our physical eyes based on misconceptions and misperceptions. None of the shit is right. Now, I'm not saying that there really is no right or wrong, but what I'm saying is that's not the highest perspective. That's not the highest perspective. History, in order for history to be recorded, which is her story, right? In order for history to be recorded, there has to be a time and space. Come on now. In order for history to be recorded, there has to be a time and space. The time and space can only exist unless it's 3 dimensions. And that's length, width, and depth. D-E-P-T-H. D-E-P-T-H, the depths of the consciousness. This body, it never fucking ends. It's literally a 3-dimensional cube that never ends. Depth, D-E-P-T-H, is endless. Unless you can measure it, and you can only measure it in the illusion. You can only measure this body in the illusion. Yeah, they literally call it dimensions. Ashe. They literally call it dimensions. Ashe. And so I was getting to a point there. I was talking about how, I don't know, somebody enlightened me and freshened me where I was just at. Thus never a straight answer exists. Oof. There we go. Thank you. So history is only recorded because of this point in space. Because I'm here with this body and these eyes to record it. That's how we feed the energy to the Akasha. How does the Akasha get, it already knows everything, but how does the energy get, the consciousness get fed to the Akasha? We record it through our alive broadcast, our living experience and conditions. The conditions are here. The conditions are made perfect for the body to be here. The moon is fucking perfect because it creates imbalance. You see what I'm saying? So it's all a part of the divine plan. That's why there ain't no point in being afraid of nothing. Ashe. And so, with that being said, history is not year 1, year 2, year 3. It's more based in eras. Era fucking dark age. Era fucking pantheon, era, fucking, you know, where we are now, right? So everything is based in eras. So time is an illusion in the way that it can be manipulated, because the time holders and the time lords, which is you, don't know that you're a time lord. So time or history, her story, is literally no past, present. It's literally no past or future. All there is now. Energy can't be destroyed, so that's how you get spirits and essences and stuff like ghosts and shit like that, because the energy's still there. The timeline's still there. That's where you get, like, right now, I could be seeing spirits, like in my house. I could be seeing spirits in my house that actually lived in this space before it was my house, thousands of years ago, as a ghost. But in their reality, in their timeline, they living, they cooking, and they seeing me as a ghost. That's what I mean, y'all. I like that era. Ooh, eras in the Matrix, right? Time eras. Woo, woo, time eras. Let's get it, complex beauty. Let's get it. Make sure y'all keep liking the screen. Time eras, okay? So, thank you for the follows, by the way. So, the time era, right? It's a time era, linear fashion and linear time counting is a time era. I like that. And the way how you really count time is you count time through eras. ERA. You feel what I'm saying? Through time eras. And so it don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It go like year 1, your era 1, era 10,000. Era 2, era 4. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is existing right now. Okay, so with that being said, right, let's go a little deeper in this joint. We almost at 30K likes, y'all. Get us up to 30K likes. With that being said, y'all, there are different eras, but these eras are stacked on top of each other. Right? The eras, like time eras, like civilizations. I was watching Q, he said something about civilizations. Yeah. There are eras or spaces, tops, stacked on top of each other, right? When you look at your DNA, it's different eras in the DNA. That's why they got DNA stacking. The DNA is stacked on top of itself and stacked and stacked and stacked, right? Now, it's important right now because the timelines that we are creating is more advanced. And so we starting to take a lot of our power back from these artifacts like Stonehenge. We're starting to pull a lot of our energy back into us. This is making us godlike, as God made us in its imagination. You feel what I'm saying? So, Ashe, trial and error. I get that. I like that. Ashe. So listen, y'all. What's underneath Stonehenge is a bunch of eras, a bunch of time eras. And it's like a building of time eras or stacks of time eras. And it helps to source the consciousness that lived in that particular time space continuum at that particular time. Some of these entities are just as smart as our ancestors, if not even smarter, and they project their selves from their timeline space continuum as well. So it's just a lot of projection going on here. A lot of us are not even really here. We are projecting ourselves through the matrix as well. From different galaxies, from different planets, from different concepts, from different ideas, from different realities. All right. Thank you for the cash app too, by the way. I do see I got a cash app. My bad. If you send a cash app, thank you. Right? When I be channeling y'all, I be tapped in. So I'm gonna go. When I see what I see. You feel me? So the perspective you see is interesting. It makes sense because I place it all in this. Yes, I place it. Yes. And so It's not on the surface, right? So now let's tap into this checkerboard. So the checkerboard, right, which is about master building and whatnot, but it's also about grid working. It's also about like dimensions. You gotta understand that there's way more happening than meets your eye. So the checker stands for the checker matrix, right? The checker matrix. So the checker matrix is just a sign of scrambling your DNA, right? And scrambled DNA is just a sign of what's under beneath this artifact, which is just junk DNA. They calling it junk DNA, but it ain't junk DNA. It's scrambled DNA. That's why it's uncoded. They got coded DNA, you got uncoded DNA. The uncoded DNA is declared freaking junk when it's really scrambled. But you can unscramble it. You can uncode it. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. That's why they say the kitchen is the heart of the home. Let her cook. Hey, I say. Oh yeah, we got some. We got those that resonate up in here today. We got those that this realm is the heart of creation. Ooh, because he art thou. Because he creates his damn self. Because he draws his damn self. Because he art thou. Because what they say in John 3:16, the Lord love his only creation. Ashe. We building in here today, family. We building in here today. Okay. So now the checkerboard also represents different territories, right? And this sign down here, these are like different levels. So you got like Earth, got so many different realities and so many different timelines, right? And that's kind of where you get the cross from. If you look in the middle of this purple Earth, the blue Earth, the chakras, all the chakras in the Earth, the alignment, they're like this sign of a cross in it. And so the sign of the cross is just basically life, but there are arrows at the end. So it's just another symbolism of life just coming in and out, life just coming in and out. Now, the monument, right? The monument that's underneath here, there's a monument. I know that sounds crazy. The stones is just there so we can remember through fake history what was supposed to be there so we can feed our attention and time through the fucking monument. The monument is connected to freaking civilizations, right? Places, pantheon. I swear, I couldn't help but to say that. That's really what came through. Exactly. I've been up to the pink earth and higher, as you said. I came down here like many of us. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So in the timeline war, right, we're dealing with time in a fashion that can be formed, right? And so how do negative parts of ourselves who don't want to play nice, right? How do negative parts of ourselves, extra, right, terrestrials, whatever, they don't want to play nice, right? How could they manipulate here? There are rules here. They know they got to have human counterparts. I just explained to you how I could be a spirit in the same space and somebody else could be observable. How from their perspective, they could be observable, and to them, I could be a spirit. I could be a ghost, right? Phantom. The phantom reality. So this standstill, this time standstill, because Lunar deals with time, the process. Time stood still Friday, guys. I don't know if you felt it, but I felt it. Actual time stood still. And Friday, the full moon that just passed, we had the opportunity. Like, if you did rituals, man, if you ain't do your rituals Friday, you might still got some time, maybe, But what I'm saying is, This lunar standstill was so powerful, was so important to you, your DNA, because what happened was the negative entities, they saw it as their opportunity, right? The polarity. They saw it as their perfect opportunity to try to alter our Akasha, right? Which is through. Now remember, now these earths and concepts in this building, that's not just the only building. It's like a connection of buildings. You feel what I'm saying? So let me pause that part real quick. About the moon being the head of the beast. Why did I say that? Right? Because I know that it is. What happens is a lot of the souls, once they get trapped in the artificial light, they get transported to the moon. How they get transported there? Through freaking like actual airplanes and stuff like that, space, like little planes and shit. Like they actually compact the souls and the spirits up, and they actually travel their ass to the moon. They got certain times and portals when they're able to do this. And it's especially when the moon is closest, because it don't take that much energy, as they're using gravity, the concept of gravity, the illusion of gravity, in order to help the travels. So the moon is the head of the beast because it's connected and sourced, right, through the underground networks, the dark web, right? The dark web, the underground networks, the underground realities, the underworlds. The underworld. So you see these worlds? These are called underworlds. They're underworlds because they're unseen, they're hidden, they're covered. Right? They're all states of consciousnesses and all civilizations and all everything. You got to look at the combination of all. And we just made it up to 30K likes. Right? So the underworld, right? That's why I'm calling it the head of the beast, because the head of the beast is connected through certain portals, like hedges, like Stonehenge, or like churches, like all these places, all especially national parks, especially we give national parks the most energy. And so your consciousness is your payment, your consciousness is your currency, is everything. Your attention is everything. Ashe. Ashe. Dark web, which is unindexed. Ashe. I like that. Great concept. And so when I say underground and underworld, the moon is sourced to, and that's what makes it the head of the beast, right? Think of CERN, the ultimate time machine, right? Now, CERN, you can do your own research on what you think CERN is. But I know what CERN is. It is a big-ass time machine. But that's not the only one. There are multiple time machines, and they're just not using the word time machine, but they're telling you that they're using that machine to travel to the beginning of time. What is that? What is that called? If you're using this machine to travel to the beginning of time, what is that called? That's called a time machine, because you're time traveling. I mean, come on now, people. It's simple in your face. So it's connected through the moon. It's connected to all the underground facilities like the particle accelerators. It's connected to all the hadron colliders, which is all underground. All this underground technology. And that's what makes it the head of the beast. They trap the souls, and it's water. It's just water. Everything is just water. Water is easy to form, and it takes the shape of anything. Right? It just needs something to form it. Right? So y'all getting me? Y'all, anybody got any questions so far? Anybody got any questions? Let's take a little intervention. I might have to do it, but this is getting a little long. I thought we was gonna be gone at 12 till. See, this is why I stopped doing lectures, because they were just too like in depth. They were just too in depth. It was just too in depth, man. All right, I don't think we got no questions. We stayed strong in this joint the entire time. We stayed strong in this joint. What's water, you say? I say, Kiki, everything is water. Everything is water. This body is water. This body is a body of water. The cosmic freaking world is water. That's why they call it the cosmic sea, right? The sky is water. That's why there are plenty freaking sky creatures and water dragons and shit I be seeing in the sky. They may look like spirits to y'all though, because you gotta see it for what it is. If you look at a cloud, you just see a cloud. I know clouds. I know the cloud technology. When I see the cloud technology, I know the cloud technology. But when I see entities and sky creatures and water creatures and shit, come on now. Look at the moon as Noah's Ark. Like, if you wanted to compare it to an aspect to explore upon, look at the moon as Noah's Ark. Where the fuck did Noah's Ark go? If everything got flooded by water and everything is water, it's right there. It's right there. Ashe. Thank you. All right, so let's go on and round it up. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. I'm about to go on and round it on up. Let me just see what else I can get up out of this image, right? We got that. Oh, okay. This is important, y'all. It just came through. I got to tell y'all something real quick before we go. I did a lecture like 12 months ago. And now everybody is on the internet starting to talk about it. But I've been picked up the information, and I was telling y'all that we were switching from carbon body structure to crystalline body structure, from carbon plasma body structure to crystalline structure body. And so this deals with your DNA. This deals with the new human being created, right? The new human being created. The new humans, they access higher dimensional timelines and higher dimensional frequencies. And what happened is us waking ourselves up and doing the spiritual work and actually transforming from carbon plasma to crystal. This shut down the portal and it reversed all that distorted consciousness that was flowing out of this dark web and tunnel in this building. It basically reversed. We reversed it because that's what we've been doing with our power. We reversed it. What happened was the negative entities, as this is a time war, they seen their opportunity to basically freeze through the time standstill. They seen their opportunity and they were extraterrestrials who meditate in the ground at these facilities and all this shit. They meditate just like we do, right? And so they did like a power mass meditation because they know the power of fellowship and collective consciousness. And so their goal was to try to reactivate the timelines and reactivate the actual distortions that were coming out of Stonehenge. But they couldn't. They was unsuccessful. Why was they unsuccessful? Because you got people like me who's aware. And people like me who's aware, all I need is one other person to pray with me. And all it takes is a prayer. And I swear to God on my life, a certain type of prayer though, not just a prayer where you like, God, please help me. Not that. A powerful prayer. And what happens is the prayer, it doesn't stop the event from occurring, from what they were trying to do with our power, but it basically takes that energy and it something does still manifest and occur, but it's lighter. It's not as heavier as what would have been if they was able to use this power that they were trying to get from the standstill. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. And they don't have no control. You said that. And so us being crystal now, they can't activate them old timelines. They so heavy that they don't match with the grids of the earth no more, of the new earth. They don't match with that. So their opportunity to try to reactivate the queen bee, right? Their opportunity to try to reactivate the queen bee and try to realive their matrix, their checkered matrix, it didn't go. And so this just, me picking up the Akasha, just me sharing, how I see things, right? My perspective. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying you got to accept it. I'm just saying I killed that shit. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying I killed this lecture. Anything on our binary solar system? Maybe. I don't know. Right now, I was just tapped into this. It was strong when I felt it through. It's funny how that's happening, Phil. Yeah, that's what I'm telling y'all. See, the same way they could meditate and manipulate our timelines by, projecting themselves through technology and cell phones and shit, we can too. I channeled, before we go, I channeled a concert. I channeled the concert, the Travis Scott concert, way before, 3 months before it happened. I channeled it in a reading I did. And it literally happened the way I seen it, right? I said that there was going to be a stampede at like a concert, and I said that a lot of people was going to get hurt and get killed. And I said that it was because of the new particle accelerator that's one of the biggest ones in America, that's in Texas, that's underground there. They cut it on. And they needed ritual, they needed blood. Sometimes when you're using technology or magic in such a way, when you're dealing with the Luciferian elites and shit, you need blood. You need blood. They ain't accepting nothing the fuck else, right? And you need human blood because that's the power. That's the fucking power. So, when this happened, right before we seen everything, I already seen it and I told everybody. But of course, I was looking crazy the way I always do. You know what I'm saying? The way I always do. Just like 10 months ago, I started talking about crystalline body, and now it's all over the internet. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you see it. It was like a 3-hour lecture. You feel what I'm saying? All this shit I say come to pass. That's why they call me Hika. That's why they call me that. That's why they call me that. I'm like the real deal here. I'm not just like, I'm like that. And naturally, I'm like that. So, I knew that they needed energy. So I remote view, right? I remote view. And so I remote view this concert, right? But I didn't know who, was going to be there. I just seen like guitars. I just drew it how I seen it. And I just wrote on the paper, remote viewed it. Usually I do this and I pray on the events. But I was guided not to pray on that. But see, you got to understand that, that I guess that there was meant to happen for balance. And that's just what I'm going to say. You feel me? You got to look at it from a neutral perspective. And everything is divinely guided. You don't want to get in some stuff that you wasn't supposed to be in, because now you bring your energy into some shit that wasn't supposed to be there. So when they said that Drake and Drake, like, we not even about to get into who bro really is, right? My God. Anyways, when they was like him and Travis Scott was there and there was only 50,000 people there, you should have known that was a lie. Because this nigga Drake ain't coming out for nothing lower than 500,000. So he ain't coming out with nothing lower than 500,000 people. So underground, where like I think it was like 21 feet. The concert was 21 feet above and over ground from the particle accelerator. That's the biggest one in America. One of the biggest ones in America that's in Texas. It's like fucking 800 feet. That I don't even know the feet. But they cut that joint on. They need souls and spirits and consciousness to operate it. And they need blood when you tapping into them higher dimensions, because there are territories and space wars going on. So you can't just use CERN and particle accelerators, think you about to just go into a hidden dimension. You think it be entities there. It be actual other concepts and ideas there. Exactly. So what happened was they used the puppets. They had the concert. The name of the concert was Dystopia. Come on now. I channeled the fuck out this shit, and it was dystopia. Literally means hell, literally. So what happened was, while they was in there and dancing, and there was so many drugs there, nobody prayed. Everybody just went there. We going to the concert drunk and high. Nobody prayed, right? They left themselves vulnerable. Not only is you on substances, you ain't pray. Like, even if you gonna be in substances, always just like pray and protect yourself, regardless. And once the machine turned on a little bit, because people who were there in the concert, they said they was feeling something pulling them. Now these particle accelerators they're also gravity manipulator machines, right? These gravity manipulator machines literally pull the soul, the fucking spirit out of the body. Like, this is some technology that's fucking unheard of. So as people was dying, transitioning over, all them souls and spirits was going straight to the light that was on the stage. He had a hell portal on the stage, right? I'm just sharing y'all how tapped in I be, right? And he had a whole hell portal on the stage. All the spirits and electricity went straight to the motherfucking lights. The lights got sourced down underneath. The more they turned the machine on, the more people couldn't even get out of the loop. By this time, you trapped in the gravity device. The particle accelerator, boy, where do you think they get all their consciousness from? They fly in rockets. Bro, you need consciousness to fly rockets. You need actual juice. Like, this body, you can transform it into a liquid. But, I'm going to leave it at that. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I think I did a good job on this lecture. And I want y'all to have a good day out there. And I'm going to see y'all again. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can vote on the lectures. Because I like when y'all vote on the lectures, because I got 32,000 likes in here. We got 50 people in here. We had about like 68 people in here at one time. So let's keep that going. Let's keep on voting for the lectures, right? And I'm going to post the pictures and stuff up like that. Yes, this is only for entertainment purposes only. Matter of fact, I'm lying. That's just to protect myself. You feel me? Goddess, thank you. I like that, because I forgot. Because I forgot. Ashe. Because the ones that are on a charge are from Mars, so they don't match us frequent. Ooh, I like that. Whew. And you already know that it's some raptors. There's some raptors on Mars. Y'all, it gets deep. Well, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this. We out of here at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 12:30. We out of here. I'm gonna go ground, man. Peace.